But at the end of the preview, something strange happened just before the screen turned black, and it connects to something else. Something that at first seemed like a mistake in animation during the last episode, but now it feels more like a hint. Goku's eyes widened in shock. He was instantly drawn to the unbelievable facts in front of him, where once there had been 2 girls, now there was only one. The little green earrings she was wearing sparkled. These 2 things were all the proof he needed to subscribe. No longer was he just dealing with 2 girls, who learned faster than anyone he'd ever seen before. He had a fused fighter to handle. This was his fault for feeding her powerful hunger. He had been the one to show them Super Saiyan 3, proving they could get even stronger than before. And now the power boiled like lava through her veins. Her speed was beyond belief. Her punch sent him flying quicker than Ultra Instinct, slamming him into the rocks beneath them, which turned his notifications on. And this rang a bell. He remembered his fight with Caulifla earlier. The realization of what he said to her back then was only possible by watching the stories of his favorite animes to the very end, like the Anifam does. But now it hit him as hard as his body now hit the stage. At this rate, he feared his own elimination. Time was running out. Where was her limit, or did she even have one? Love it or hate it, none of you can deny this one truth about the Universe 6 Saiyans. Kappa learned to go Super Saiyan pretty fast, but that's not what was most shocking. It was the amount of power that he had going Super Saiyan for the very first time. But when Caulifla became your very first Super Saiyan female, that undeniable truth became clear. These Saiyans learn ridiculously fast. Even if this bugs you, this simple fact proves that you're gonna see these 2 girls surpass any limits you imagined possible. With that being said, is it really so unbelievable that they could go Super Saiyan 3? It wouldn't be the first time a Saiyan's completely blown your mind. And it's not just because Universe 6 Saiyans learn so fast. Kefla learning Super Saiyan 3 became a possibility long ago. Majin Buu had to be stopped. Every second they blinked an eye, the Z Fighters saw another person gone. Buu had become so powerful that the adults were forced to rely on children. Goten and Trunks thought Goku's new transformation was cooler than Frieza being named after a freezer. How could they learn it too? They weren't powerful enough by themselves, but with their power multiplied through fusion, this awesome transformation was within their grasp. But Kale and Caulifla have more than proven they're stronger than Goten and Trunks, and that can only mean that their fusion is stronger than the boys' fusion. It didn't take long for Gotenks to reach Super Saiyan 3, so it should be an even easier obstacle for Kefla to overcome. But looking at something from Dragon Ball Z isn't nearly as reliable as looking at the show Kefla is actually a part of, so turn your attention to Dragon Ball Super. Many people have been surprised to find out that Dragon Ball Super actually uses this really cool tactic, while at the same time makes you feel like a complete baka when you realize you had the truth in your face this entire time. This tactic is called foreshadowing. They did it with Ultra Instinct, and now they've done it with the fusion of Kefla and her turning Super Saiyan 3. Want proof? Here you go. The day Caulifla turned Super Saiyan for the first time, Kale was right there with her, and from that day on, they've always stayed together. And now look at them. Being together is just plain impossible. Their fusion had been foreshadowed from this single point alone, but now they've set their eyes on Super Saiyan 3. Her first fight with Goku sparked the courage within Caulifla to reach this new form. She remembered clearly the first time she achieved Super Saiyan 2. Kale had gone berserk, setting her sights on Kaba. To save his life, Caulifla's body was forced to break its own limits. This left her feeling like an empty shell. The frustration ate away at her core. How could she obtain such power, yet not be able to reach it again? But that's when she saw Goku do it. And with this, she was truly able to push herself to Super Saiyan 2. Goku saw her potential in that moment. He had to admit that she would easily be able to surpass it, but only if she mastered it first. However, his mind was changed when their next fight came along. With the immense improvement since then, Goku now believed Caulifla could even surpass Super Saiyan 3. That's when he did something he had done before. Yet again, he showed Caulifla the next form that she could achieve, Super Saiyan 3. But remember, before this, he was unable to power up at all. His fight with Jiren had wiped out almost all of his energy. He was forced to use techniques that he didn't use much since many years ago, and it completely caught Caulifla off guard. He laughed when she was unable to keep up with his after image technique, and she wanted to go Super Saiyan 3. He explained that if she couldn't handle this technique, then she would never be able to reach the form she desired so much. But as she fought alongside Kale, Goku was shocked yet again. They sped around him so quickly that their bodies almost seemed to be in multiple places at once. Were both girls learning the after image technique as well? Wouldn't that also mean that they were learning to reach the power they needed to go Super Saiyan 3? While these things do foreshadow an unbelievable power for Kefla, a harsh fact still remains. Anyone can look at something and make it into something it's not. So who's to say these are actual moments of foreshadowing and not just lame theories? At the end of the day, there's only one way to know with 100% certainty that something will happen, and that's to see it with your own eyes in the show. The creators have actually shown you more than you thought. While they obviously have not shown an actual Super Saiyan 3 form for the girls or their fusion, they have shown 100% real signs that this form is coming. The first time Kefla was ever even mentioned was when a spoiler came out about a new super warrior. But this wasn't just any kind of spoiler. It was the outline of an action figure. While they said this outline wasn't the actual outline of the warrior, there are good reasons to believe that it was closer to the real thing than many think. If you look at the body of the figure and then look at the confirmed Kefla, you see the huge resemblance. There are only two differences between the figure and the actual fusion: no hair and bulky eyebrows. The only reason for this outline not being the same as the actual action figure is this: they took away the hair only. You've seen eyebrows like that many times before. Now that the new warrior has been confirmed to be Kefla, then what's up with the bulky eyebrows? The only explanation is probably hitting you as hard as Goku's body hit those rocks at the beginning of the story. Kefla will eventually reach Super Saiyan 3. But at the end of the preview, something strange happened just before the screen turned black, and it connects to something else. Something that at first seemed like a mistake in animation during the last episode, but now it feels more like a hint. As stated before, something within the actual footage of the show would be the strongest evidence by far. Enter these pictures. Their fight was intense and fun. The girls had learned to fuse their minds and attack together in sync. Goku was tired and outnumbered, but he was constantly improving. His body grew less tired with every attack, but they fooled him, proving that keeping up was still quite a challenge. As she jumps with excitement, her hair bounced wildly. Did you notice something strange? Caulifla's hair looks just a bit too long there. This seemed like a mistake in animation at first, but the next evidence proves that this was actually more foreshadowing. Do you notice the difference between Kefla's hair here and when they showed her again here? Again, her hair looks longer, but even more apparent is that most definitely it looks more spiky. These two clips from the preview are actually taken from completely different parts in the next episode. What's the difference? Pick number 1 is Kefla's Super Saiyan 1, while pick number 2 is Super Saiyan 2. Why is this important though? You see the proof right in front of your eyes that Kefla will be strong enough to go through her levels, even being fused. And just like Gotenks before her, this newfound power, plus her ability to adapt so quickly, and the evidence of the bulky eyebrow action figure being her, a Super Saiyan 3 Kefla has actually already been proven. When this form will come for her is questionable though. Spoilers for episodes 115 to 119 don't give enough information to think that she could reach this level now. Whether during the Tournament of Power or some other arc, you now have the proof to know this form is coming for her. That gives you one less thing to be bugged about. But after watching episode 114, there is still one bothersome thing leaving a bad taste in your mouth. The power scaling was horrible, but it was actually done on purpose. They were trying to prove to you that something awesome was happening to Goku.